Hi guys, welcome to another weekly update. Well, this week, I know we're kind of whining about this temperature that we have. It's crazy. The weather is going mad. I think, even if you don't believe in the warming of the planet, that's something that we can argue about. But the thing we live with the weather is going crazy. Just a few days ago, last weekend, I had a mission. The mission was to get rid of the damn snow on my patio, and as you can see now, it was a lot of work because we still have a lot of snow up here. That's crazy. In 2012 there was no snow left. It was I think it was at the month of March. Since the month of March in 2012 that we didn't have any snow, but it's not always the same each year, that's for sure. But I did work a lot last weekend, like you see, and I was able to get rid of the snow on my patio, and me and my good friend and neighbor, we had a good beer and on the sun. That was nice. But just a few days after that, just look the weather we had. That's crazy. That's Thursday morning, and I had to plow the driveway. That's crazy. I never saw that. I think it was the 3rd or the 4th of April. That's crazy. That's not a good April Fool. It doesn't start April on the right foot. That's for sure. And just to show you, it's so strange. I think the night from Wednesday to Thursday, it was minus 20 Celsius. That's crazy. We rarely see that big of a change in the weather, in the temperature, and there were about 100,000 houses without electricity. So that was bad. So we can whine about it, but when you pay for it, the people which didn't have electricity the Thursday night. Well, imagine them at minus 20. It's not fun. So anyway, I think we're gonna get through it. We're gonna have summer soon. Well, let's hope. It's supposed to be, eh? That's for sure. In June, everything's gonna be forgot about, and we won't talk about it. Let's hope. So guys, I wanted to talk to you also because normally, that's another thing about this weather. Normally we start to work in landscaping. As you know, I did grow my company by a factor of 10 almost, and that's kind of nice, but it's unnerving also because I don't know what I'm getting into. Well, I know the trade, since I'm in it for more than 20 years. I'm doing landscaping, but now it's so big, the company, that is something else. We're gonna have to work on the driveway of people with a power broom. So I had to buy a lot of equipment, and like I say, we were supposed to use them, but forget about it. So I think it's gonna happen next week. So this week I did my contract and everything. So that's kind of nice. It's something that is going to happen, that's for sure, but we never know when, for sure. And this week, I wanted to talk to you about something that is kind of strange, and some people will say that I'm crazy or something, but dreaming. For me, dreaming, it's so important. And for me, a dream sometimes, it's not for all people, but I think some people, like I think myself, when they dream, me, I remember almost all my dreams. I dream at least one dream a night, and often 2 or 3 dreams a night. Sometimes it's only dream, all kind of mixed image from my reality, from what I did that day. But sometimes I'm sure that we can, in our dream, because we don't have a control over it, I think sometimes that we connect with the reality or the essence of a person which is alive or dead. I think it's a bit like you know what we call white noise. I think it's a bit like that. I think all our reality are a bit like white noise. I think that sometime in our dream, our brain connects with this level of reality, which is not our own, which can be the reality of someone else. Listen, I know it's kind of cuckoo, but I believe it. I believe it. I really believe it in what's happening with our brain at night. I think even we can dream something that will happen. We can vision something that will happen to us or somebody else. You know what? I think it happens to everyone. I don't know. I'm sure you have some event that is gonna that you're gonna remember. You know, sometime when you sit down and you or anywhere in your life and you say, "I think I did this before." You know what I mean? Because every one of us lives that moment, and that moment it's a realization of déjà vu. Know what I mean? So we all live it, and that's what I mean when I think it's not only subjective. I think it's something that we did dream about. I think it's something that we lived, sometimes in another dimension, and sometimes it's something that we did see for our future. And well, we can never be sure of anything for sure, but I'm practically sure that we all live it different level. Different people can connect differently. You know why? Because it's simple. At day, when you're awake, your brain is occupied of doing something else, of thinking or working at something that you're doing, but it's blocked from it to be able to connect to another sense, another person, or another reality, should I say. So that's why I think that different people have that level differently. You don't have a choice over it. It's something that happens when you sleep. Your brain connects with another reality, or it doesn't. That's the thing. It's not to everyone the same. To some people it happens often, I think, like for me, but other people doesn't happen. Most of the people don't even remember their dream. For me, I write it down because when you dream something, if you get up, you write. As soon as you get up, you write what you dreamt about. That's the best way to go at it. But listen, like I said, to each his own. It's not everyone that lived that same experience, but I can bet you something though. Everyone have a sense, at least a couple of times in their life, of déjà vu, of having lived what they live. That's one of my argument of thinking that can happen. So I think that there's a few form of reality. You know, it's premonition. It's so that's why I think, like I say, it's a bit like what now. You know, when I started, I'm doing design since I was very young, drawing of all kind, but especially with no colors. You know, and my grandmother, which was someone very important in my life. I should say as important of even sometimes more important than my own mother. She was very important for me. We did a lot of things together, but one thing I always remember is that, I didn't want to do portrait because I think it was a bit touchy, even more for someone else, because there's always the argument that they don't like it very much. I didn't want to put myself in that situation where people ask me for a portrait and they don't like it. I don't want to live that. So I tried to stay away from doing portrait. But one night, my grandmother, and as clear as I'm talking to you, talked to me in what we can call a dream. And she told me, you know what, Mike, do it. I'm going to guide you. Paint me. It's going to liberate you, and I'm going to guide you through it. I couldn't believe it. I'm talking to you and I got goosebumps. Just think, but it was, it was about 10 years ago, something like that. And the next morning, I remember that dream, if it was a dream. And I did it. So you can see that. I'm not quite satisfied with it. I should say I'm about 85% satisfied with that painting, but I think that if I didn't hear my grandmother tell me that she was gonna guide me, I had really the feeling that when I was doing it, I was guided by my grandmother. So that's fantastic. So just to show you one way to interpret a dream, or lived it, because I lived it, of course. It's subjective. It's whatever you want to do with it. You can believe it or not. It doesn't matter. But I'm almost sure of what I'm telling you, and I'm not reinventing the wheel here. There's a lot of scientists that are saying the same thing, that when we dream, sometimes our brains connect with a wave, like a white noise, but a reality which is suspended, a reality of someone else from the past or even from the present. So that's kind of nice. That's something to work on. That's why most of my dreams, I wrote them down, because I want to remember. It's kind of a reference to me. Because now if something happened, like a sense of déjà vu, I can relate it. I can go back and see, well, yeah, that happened. So I think it's a nice way to a nice project, if you want. Try and remember your dream. Like I say, as soon as you get up, write them down. Because if you don't, most of us forget about our dream. For me, I remember most of my dream, but there's a few. I would say there's a few that I forgot as time goes on when I wake up. So that's why I find it important. But sometimes I'm too lazy to write them down, and I have too much of a big day ahead of me, and I say, oh, the hell with it. But that's the kind of reality I'm talking about. And you'll see, if you write them down, you're going to be surprised of sometimes the result, or even, like I said, the reality of someone else. So guys, anyway, I hope you're going to write them down, because you're going to see it's very strange and it's very fun. Because for me, listen, I listen to all kind of TV series and film. I think I have a big imagination, that's for sure. I'm a dreamer in life and in reality at night. But I think, I find it fun. I find it fun to go to sleep, because I know it's going to be a new adventure. So that's a good way to go at it. Even if sometimes the dreams aren't that great, sometimes it's bad. But I think almost all our dreams, we can take something out of it. Positive, at least. So guys, Hope you're gonna have. I hope you did have a good week. We're gonna have summer soon. Don't worry about it. June is gonna come someday. So have a great weekend, and like always, please subscribe, leave a comment, and share. It's always appreciated. Take care, guys. Ciao.